The sun is beating down on the asphalt plains. 40,000 horses pulling on the reins. I can feel the rumble in the hollow of my chest. Today we put the metal and the spirit to the test. Mechanics in the pit with the grease on their hands. A sea of colors rising in the crowd, it stands. A green flag drops and the world goes blurred. The loudest thunder that you ever have heard. It's a high-speed chase for a crown of gold. Stories of the legends that have yet to be told. Banked on the edge where the rubber meets the bone. Fighting for the lead and the glory alone. Left turn, living at 200 per hour. Chasing down the dream and the engine power. Chasing down the dream and the engine power. Drafting on the bumper of the number 3. Looking for a gap that the others can't see. Paint color swapping on the back stretch. Run getting real hot underneath the southern sun. My vision is a tunnel and my heart is a drum. Waiting for the moment when the openings come. I'm white knuckle tied on the carbon fiber wheel. Guided by the spirit and the strength of the steel. It's a high-speed chase for a crown of gold. Stories of the legends that have yet to be told. Banked on the edge where the rubber meets the bone. Fighting for the lead and the glory alone. Left turn, living at 200 per hour. Chasing down the dream and the engine power. Chasing down the dream and the engine power. Three wide through the tri-oval floor. Can't hear the radio above the roar. The checkered flag is waiting in the hazy heat. Decided by an inch or a fraction of a beat. It's a high-speed chase for a crown of gold. Stories of the legends that have yet to be told. Banks on the edge where the rubber meets the bone. Fighting for the lead and the glory alone. Left turn, living at 200 per hour. Chasing down the dream and the engine power. Burn the tires down.
What's up, everybody? What's up? Valhalla Sports Talk is on the air. NASCAR qualifying and practice for tomorrow's Straight Talk 500 from Phoenix, Arizona. And Valhalla Sports Talk is here for all the action. Let's do some shout outs to those already in the chat. Shelby Minnick in the house. Theo Samuel up in here. William Vernoy Jr. What's up, William? Wrong button. Carmen Don Allen is in the house chat. Hard nose up in here. Who else we got? That might be it for now, y'all. Anyway, this is supposed to start at 10 o'clock Arizona time. It's currently 9:54. That's going to be 9 o'clock on the West Coast, 12 o'clock on the East Coast. A 1-hour practice followed by qualifying for tomorrow's running of the Straight Talk 500 from Phoenix Raceway, Arizona. Hope everybody's having a great Saturday. Still basking in the glory of Team USA's win in the World Baseball Classic last night. I will be live this evening for the second game of Group B pool play, United States versus Great Britain. And then tomorrow we've got the Straight Talk Wireless 500 here on the channel. So looking forward to it. Hope we have a good day. And let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it. Qualifying and practice will be shown on Amazon Prime Video. It's currently not active, so I don't know what we're waiting on, but it says now playing right there. Go back. Unless that means that I'm on that screen currently. Let's go there. I think that means I'm already here. I think that means I'm already here. But yeah, any second now, they should get it going. I've got your entry list on your left, my right, for this weekend's race. I'll scroll through that grouping. See how many cars we got. Looks like we got 37 cars, chat. 37 cars. I don't know how many they let start anymore. There used to be 42. Used to be 42. But I'm not sure what they're doing these days. But yeah. Cho in the house. What's up, Cho? What's going on? What's going on? All right, the paint schemes for this weekend are scrolling below me, y'all. On the Cup side. Couple really nice ones in there. Benjamin McKinney says 77. Benjamin, big news for the 77 car. It looks like Monster Energy will be coming on board that car likely next year in a big capacity. I saw a paint scheme this morning for the white 0% one, Monster can, and it looked really sick. I today am wearing a Kevin Harvick deal. Not my favorite shirt, but NASCAR related. NASCAR related. I'm keeping an eye on NASCAR.com for the live leaderboard for this practice session. As soon as it comes up, I'll get you over there. And I think I've got a way now to separate the audio here. So let me try to do that real quick. So that I can play that radio stuff. Maybe I just need to go to NASCAR. All right, so this is the one that's going to be minimized. All right, so how do I do that? Let me see if this works, chat. Let me see if this works. I forgot to do this prior. Forgot to do it prior, y'all. Trying to get my brain enabled here too to figure out what I'm trying to do. Here we go. Leaderboard. Properties. All right, let's see how far off we are here. I think this is how I want to do it. We don't. Oh, wait. Yeah, we got people on track. All right, let's try to bring in this audio. No, I think I wanted to bring it from. Anyway, let's listen in. It says it's playing, but I don't hear shit.
This is the Motor Racing Network with time checks for today's broadcast. Stand by for your 3-minute time check.
Yeah, this was the leaderboard.
That was 3 minutes to airtime. This is the Motor Racing Network counting down to today's broadcast. Your next time check will be 2 minutes to airtime. If you're having problems with your XDS receiver, call Audio One at 866-707-7490 and select option 4, or email Audio One at support@audioone.com.
It's just 3 cars on the board right now, chat, so I'm not really sure what's going on here.
This is the Motor Racing Network with time checks for today's broadcast. Stand by for your 2-minute time check.
So what the goal here is for it not to be as overwhelming.
That was 2 minutes to airtime. This is the Motor Racing Network counting
That's
down
way
to
too
today's
loud.
broadcast. Your next time check will be 90 seconds to airtime. If you're having problems with your XDS receiver, call Audio One at 866-707-7490 and select option 4, or email Audio One at support@audioone.com.
Who else we got in here?
That was 90 seconds to airtime. This is the Motor Racing Network.
All right, so I don't think I have this right, yo. I can't seem to be able to put it through my brain what I'm trying to do here. But I know that I found a way to separate the audio so I can turn down that what you call it. This is the one I want, this leaderboard right here. Is that this one?
Series practice. All right, well,
They just went live on Prime. All right, let's bring this up again.
Seconds to airtime. Today's feed is also available on the Motor Racing Network's private frequency at the Speedway. The Motor Racing Network may not be held responsible for conversations overheard by monitoring this frequency. Down to today's broadcast. Your next time check will be 15 seconds to airtime.
Still too loud.
Stand by for your 10-second time
my
check.
session is really difficult because you're going to go out on the racetrack. These cars are going to fire off fast. And then the racetrack is going to start to change. The temperature is going to start going up. So your job as a driver is to go out, get your marks, get your rhythm, and have a...
There are cars on the track.
Live on the Motor Racing Network. It's the NASCAR Cup Series.
Get a big thumbs up. Get ready to rock and roll and pass the race cars today, pal. Oh, boys, let's execute. Have a good day.
I guess that's the only way to do
Practice
it.
and pole qualifying for the Straight Talk Wireless 500 from Phoenix Raceway. Presented on MRN by E3 Spark Plugs. Powerful and fuel efficient. Find E3 at your nearest auto parts store.
Under partly cloudy skies and 65 degrees, we welcome you to the Phoenix Raceway. Motor Racing Network is live and on the air with NASCAR Cup Series practice for the Straight Talk Wireless 500. Mike Bagley alongside Alex Hayden and Phoenix winning crew chief Todd Gordon. We welcome you to the Valley of the Sun right now. Group 1 of NASCAR Cup Series cars pulling onto this 1-mile racetrack for their 25 minutes of practice to get settled in before qualifying later this morning. Alex, it seems like we were just here, crowning a champion in November, but now we're back for a March burst of racing here on this legendary racetrack.
Just as much goes
Way
into
too
this
loud,
as it
huh?
was a year ago, knowing that that was going to be the championship race, because when we come back here later in the year, this race will be in the chase. So it's going to be very important for these teams. As the green flag goes in the air, the track is officially open for practice for the NASCAR Cup Series.
Todd Gordon,
So let me try this.
Test.
Chiefs as they get ready to dial their race cars in.
I want to get some long runs on tires and see where they go, see what the tire fall off is going to be. You talked about the added horsepower. We've got an roughly 80 horsepower addition here, 750 versus 670. The thing that we saw last week at COTA is that added horsepower tends to exasperate the wear on these tires. It puts it in a situation where we might have more lap time fall off. Knowing that we're kind of short on tires, Got 8 sets of stickers come race time. I want to understand what the fall-off is going to be, how I need to strategize my tire usage come race time.
66 degrees, very few cirrus clouds, those thin wispy clouds floating overhead, trying to get a peek down here and see what's going on the racetrack as the opening group of cars are getting
couple biscuits. Anywho, Anthony Alfredo subbing this weekend for Alex Bowman, who is still not feeling well after the heat from last week's race. Vertigo is the official reason, but Alfredo will be driving that 48 Ally Chevrolet this weekend for Hendrick Motorsports. Daniel Suarez on the top of the pylon early on here in this first practice. 26:08, 26:87, his first lap. Hocevar sitting there in second, Chad, in that number 77.
He understands that his cars have run good. He hasn't got the finishes, which obviously puts a lot of pressure on the other.
I think I put on betting, y'all. I don't think I turned it on. Let me bring it up. Wendy's car for Zilich this weekend. All right, betting is on, y'all. Betting is on. What manufacturer will win practice one? Our qualifying, we're saying. Which manufacturer will qualify one? Good to know. 39 in the house. If you're new, hit the sub. Get a video a like.
Subscribe to Valhalla Sports Talk. Let's go! Hit the like on the video or stream. Yeah, hit that like button. Do it now!
When we came here in November, blocking up your second.
It's beautiful up in Phoenix today, y'all. Very, partly cloudy skies. Supposed to get hot up there, about 70 something. Chevy Ford on top of the pylon here in practice group 1.
Was split into two groups.
Kosovar on the track in that 77 minor Chevrolet.
Talks about the horsepower and the brakes and everything that goes along.
So in group 1 here, you've got Herp, Smith, Custer, Jones, Stenhouse, Alfredo, Ware, Hocevar, and Connor Zilich.
See these guys run their fastest lap.
It's about 18 minutes left in practice for group 1 here.
Shot car bottom right there, drive, but you don't want to tear the bottom of that car up. If you don't,
I got the driver list here, y'all. I still got the driver list.
Suarez, top of the chart.
That's Suarez still on top there in that number 7 Freeway Insurance Chevrolet. First 3 races, he's got a 13th at Daytona, a 5th at Atlanta, and a 25th last week at Circuit of the Americas. He's driving for Spire Motorsports. What do you mean you and a Carmen have the same car? I got you in the 47, Cho. I got you in the 47, not the 77.
It's more deal. It's more deal for your money.
Copy that show. I thought I had this audio shit figured out, but apparently I don't. I thought I had it figured out, chat, but I don't.
Time is now to check real place to free tickets, merchandise, VIP experiences, and watching. Rack up fan rewards points by watching us all. Play famous out, completing challenges, and visiting trends. Then retain your areas and prizes and drivers. What are you waiting for? Sign up for the free Nascar rewards loads program today.
Got that annoying gap there because they've got advertising sitting right there as well. But
From Amazon Business. Should I close the door?
yeah, that's fine. You forgot my voice for the 45. Oh. All right, let's do this. Hard nose. We can fix that right now. I don't even have to look you up.
Each 15 minutes to go. In Group 1, JBMotorsports, Suarez Joseban Chastain. At the top of the chart.
Oh, I'm not finding you in the list here. Let me look you up. Let me go to your channel here. Billy Vose. So let's look you up. I didn't know that was you, Billy.
Yeah, and part is right up here.
This app thing right makes it real hard to find people. What if I just put a B?
Right back with Marshall. Wow, we can wrap that one.
Hard nose 72. It doesn't come up with that. There it is. All right, so edit. You got 171, 134.
Yeah, get that look from.
All right, so I'm going to give you a little bonus here, bro, to keep it simple. So we'll make it 271.
Job, and you see it right there, right? But I don't know. No.
Oh, a blowout on that 17 Ford of Chris Buescher. All right, Billy, check your deal right now, bro. What's up, Connor? They quit using usernames. It's such a pain in the ass. I hate them for it. You should be hooked up now, Billy.
And you want to take as much slow air as possible. So we've seen this.
Okay, let's go to this alt screen for a minute.
Seen right fronts, we've seen right rears, we've seen left rears, and that's purely from the teams trying to get.
Oh, that's right. We don't do that no more. We do it this way.
But that's great, Jim. That's not necessarily, that's not a good your tire fault. That's teams. The reason you run those pressures as low as possible, and it makes grip.
And you see that wall right there. That was always my reference point. This was one of those racetracks where I would find my entry points. A lot of good markers here. You'll see going in turn one.
What's going on with you? What's better for lunch? Taquitos with hot sauce? What? Or leftover chili topped with cheese and a dash of hot Molito? Yeah, it's one of the few NASCAR shirts I got, Thea, with the Harvick one when he had Bush as a sponsor. Where the hell is AI Valhalla here? How come I can't bring him up?
You know, E20 so far, that number 2 car.
There you go.
And
He's reminiscent of my NASCAR driver gone by. It's still Suarez, host of our Briscoe, at the top of the chart here in practice group number 1. So 2 Chevys and a Toyota still.
once you get to that partial throttle, keep that mid speed up to the 5 8 3/4 mark of the corner.
So I've been messing with a deal, a little program, y'all. I've been messing with a little program that allows me to, I haven't got it loaded right now, but I have a thing that allows me to animate these logos like you're looking at here to match whatever I'm saying, to mimic mouth movement as I speak. I don't have it loaded currently, though.
You can move around right there and hit the fourth. That probably will work throughout the race. The other end right here, and you get it.
Less than 10 minutes to go in Group 1 practice.
Because you want to be versatile in to be able to win this race and get through traffic because you're going to get stuck in traffic at some point. Let's see it right here in 3 and 4. I mean, when they sprayed the top of the racetrack, you might be able to make some lap time up there. But I always looked at trying to make my car really good in 1 and 2 because that's where you're going to make the passes and make the lap time in traffic to be able to do things that other cars can't. 3 and 4, you're kind of going to need to be locked to the bottom and just take what you can get right there to try to manage the gap to tackle it in 1 and 2.
I'm with you. I really like what Briscoe's trying to do.
Elo not streaming practice today? What's going on with him? Hocevar back out on the track after they made some adjustments on that 77 car. He's 10th in points this year. His best finish is 4th. Not yet, Shelby, but I'm about to be. I'm about to be.
And then you pick your eyes up to drive it as straight as possible. Open your hands. Cars are very sensitive to get your hands open to be able to
Get rid of that guy. I'm learning more every day. Every day I learn more on that AI shit. Chat GPT and I spent a lot of time together yesterday. we are in a hate relationship. All right, Hocevar bringing it in. So Phoenix Raceway, chat, is not in downtown Phoenix. It's in Avondale. one of the suburbs, kind of a big agricultural area up there in the Phoenix area. Yeah, Connor, it's on a Prime Video. I'm trying, Theo. I'm trying. I don't know if I can bring that thing up just for shits and giggles. I think I got it here. Let me see. Let me see if I can bring it up. All right, there it is. So I'm going to add a source here, chat. It doesn't move like perfect, but it does move to where it's at least funny. So we going to capture a window. I think it's going to be real big here initially. I'll have to make it smaller, but I'll show you what I'm talking about. We'll call it the AI talker. There it is. All right, watch this, chat. Watch his mouth. All right, let me put some kind of a thing on there. Let me put some kind of a thing here. Again, this is practice for the Cup boys. Practice for me too, y'all. All right, we got to drop a filter on this.
Between turns 1 and 2. And flat left rear tire was gone. Pretty lucky here. You can see getting into the corner in the one.
So another flat, y'all. They might have an issue this weekend with some flat tires.
Wound up with a few scrapes off the right side of the car. Also, we see a lot of guys.
Oh, it's monitoring my microphone, chat.
So hard on the flat rear tire because the track doesn't have
I haven't been up there in a few years, Connor. I haven't been up in a few years. They're not cheap usually, but you can usually get in the grandstands pretty easily for around $100. Usually around $100 or so. What y'all think of that thing over there? I can adjust how many times he blinks and stuff too.
Practic right front tire. Is that line?
Let me lock that in and move it down lower if I can.
All the way around the L1
Oh, it ain't moving.
that into the racetrack to really help the car. But you can see that left rear tire just how low they still are. I mean, that car of Chastain has run 35 laps, and that left rear is still right above.
Let's get 30 laps. Ross Chastain, P1.
Can't get it to move down.
Shoe the tire ball up. Lap 1 delay of the run using Daniel Suarez, who is fastest. So starting all even. The middle car is on 10 lap tires and the back one is on 20 lap tires.
And that's why
The COO like going to races? She didn't mind it. I think she liked it. She just likes to get out. She likes to get out. It's funny. Well, this will be the test. This is a program called Veto Tube. Uh-oh, we got another truck pulling in, y'all. Got some more visitors. So about 2 minutes remaining in practice for group number 1, y'all. It's still Suarez, Hocevar, Briscoe, Chastain, Cindric, your top 5. All right, Chad, I'll be right back. I'm going to go greet our new visitors. I'll be right back. All right, Chad. Group 1 practice is complete up in Phoenix. So they'll get group 2 out on the track here shortly. Are you going to go into any Diamondback Dodger games this year? Probably. 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 All right, 33 in the house, 439 is on the view count. If you're new, hit that subscribe, y'all.
Subscribe to Valhalla Sports Talk. Let's go. Hit the like on the video or stream. Yeah, hit that.
What's up, dude? I'm streaming. You want to be on TV? Come show the people your haircut, bro. Come here. I'm trying to get my haircut like this little fella here, y'all. Come here and I'll put you on there so you can see what it looks like. So tell them who you are. No, talking to the microphone. Tell them who you are. Now show them your hair. I need a lightning bolt on my head, chat. I need me a lightning bolt on my hair. Chris Davis says, let's go Chevrolet. Oh, really? I'm here all the time. Look at this. Move over here for a sec. Look how when I talk, this guy's mouth moves. Testing 1, 2, 3.
It does move.
See, it's this program right here that's doing it. Of course, I got a PS5. I'm the coolest Theo you got.
Eight.
Oh, yeah? Nice. They're racing in Phoenix this weekend. I noticed you didn't call me and invite me to go to the races. You would rock that lightning bolt, Valhalla, says Carmen. All right, so they're going to get Group 2 out here, y'all. So Suarez ended up winning that first practice, or at least finishing first there. Hocevar second, Briscoe third in the Toyota. What's that, bud? Watch out. So these are the paint schemes this weekend, right? This is the running order for the practice. And then I have all this fun stuff that I can put up. So if I want people to subscribe, I ask them.
Subscribe to Valhalla Sports Talk. Let's go.
Or like.
Hit the like on the video or stream.
Chat,
Yeah,
like the
hit
video.
that like button.
Chat, like the video.
What else we got here? Oh, and then if the flags go, so green flag.
Green flag, green flag.
That is so cool.
And then if someone like subscribes, their name will pop up here.
They all they'll name their name. Whoever subscribes, their name will pop up.
Yeah. What's up, P Van? Yeah, it's been a bit. CeeLo left us hanging. Is he not streaming at all this weekend? Did he go to the race? I don't think he'd come to Phoenix. It's a long trip. So this how many subs I have. There's my members. And then I got all these other toys for when the race is going on. So you got, I'll show them to you.
Welcome to the party, right here on
Welcome to the
Valhalla
party.
Sports Talk.
You got Budweiser and Hooters.
Thank you for your support.
People don't know.
That's
some clown shit. You just broke the law.
The VSTPD.
Valhalla Sports Talk Fire Department. When your
We got our
shit's
own
on
fire department.
And you need a
Valhalla Sports Talk Hospital. This is going to be fun.
show me
Hospital.
where it hurts.
Welcome to Valhalla Sports
And
Talk.
the news
We have
department.
breaking news.
A major announcement.
Hi to your visitor, says Carbon. Wrong button, says Verdoy. So I monitor my chat here, right? And then this tells me how many people I currently have watching. And then how many views I've got so far on this video. See what I'm saying?
Chat, like and subscribe. Chat. Chat, do it.
Oh, Thor is always on here. Here's the Thor feature. Oh,
Become a member on Valhalla Sports Talk today.
You know, I've always wanted a YouTube channel.
CeeLo went on vacation to Florida for his kids' spring break. Oh, I got you. Well, I'll be streaming the race tomorrow, chat. So if you need a place to hang out, you're more than welcome. All right, so they're lining up the cars for practice 2 here. I'll tell you who's in it here in just a moment. They're interviewing the hell's that? Austin Cindric, and he's got Quaker State sponsorship this weekend. I didn't know that CeeLo wasn't doing this weekend. Did you see my new jacket? Tish and I got matching ones.
So good of
It's a mess, dude. I need to redo it. I need to redo it. Put that helmet on. Just take it off it. It's just pick it straight up. Yeah, that's fine.
chat.
They've seen me with it on during the Dodger games.
They should.
Put it on.
I am not. See, I'm not doing
That's too big for you, dude.
Wait. I got it then. That's so good. Doctors are my favorite too.
Are they really? Nice.
I don't really know a lot of baseball teams, but I know a few.
You've gone to some Diamondback games, right?
Yeah. So 1 or 2.
to get started.
All right, so they're not getting real fast getting that second practice group out there, chat. But I'll keep you appraised on what's going on here. Chris Davis in the house as I'm here, Jeff. What's up, man? All right, I'm going to take you through this first practice group, chat. So right to my right, your left, and you'll see the running order. Okay, they've added more cars, so they're about to send out that second group, and Van Gisbergen is going to be in that second group, chat. So, you guys going to Bisbee today? Going to the Biz? So, this is not usually a big view type stream because it's only practice. But tomorrow, like during the race, I should have a decent crowd. But like I can monitor this here too, and it tells me, how many current subscribers I have. Right? So we're down a few from where I thought we were, and then it tracks like I did this stream last night for Team USA versus Brazil. Oh yeah. And they play again tonight in the World Baseball Classic against Great Britain. So I'm all ready for that one. I'll stream that later. I just click here and bring up my Major League Baseball setup. And then we'll stream that baseball game. Val doing bring a kid to work day at VST Studios. What a guy. You like Arby's? It's not good for you. Believe me, I know. What's your favorite fast food?
Be really honest, probably
You think so? Well, that's who's on this one here. Is it this one? Yeah, this one.
Hit the like on the video or stream.
All right, Blaney is out in this group, y'all. Blaney headed out on the track in that number 12 Ford for Team Penske Racing. In his career at Phoenix, he's got one win, it looks like, last year. All right, Group 2 headed out, chat. It's going to be Larson, Keselowski, Busch, Elliott, Dillon, Hamlin, Blaney, Allmendinger, and Bell in Group 2. Logano, Wallace, Byron, Nemechek, Reddick, Gibbs, Priest, McDowell, and SVG. Oh yeah, we've gone up there a number of times to Phoenix. You're and tonight. It's crazy how loud it is and how it smells like gas. Have you ever been to one? A NASCAR race? No, different deal when you're there, buddy. I mean, we're talking loud. Look at that Jordan car right there.
Fast, and that's fast.
That's who owns that team. Michael Jordan owns a 3-car team. That's one of them. And that guy has won every race of the year so far. 3 of them in a row. 3 in a row.
No wonder.
What about Chico, Carmen? I'm impressed, and I'm not a kid. I would find it cool to see, says Theo. When did you get your braces?
2 months ago.
2 months?
November. I literally broke into 2 brackets in almost 2 months. This one I broke in February, and we got that fixed. This one I literally just broke yesterday by just a fortune cookie.
Fortune cookie got you?
I don't really remember, but I was eating Chinese food and eating fortune cookie, and it just snapped.
That's the worst when that thing pokes into your gums.
Yeah,
I
it is the worst.
remember that many, many moons ago.
It is the worst one to go to.
My little mascot Chico. You didn't know, Carmen, that he ran away and they never found him? Yeah, they never found him when he ran that last time. That's Missy's little dog. I think a coyote got him. So.
R.I.P. Rest in peace, buddy. Rest in peace.
A hawk snack? Yeah, maybe. Could have been the red-tail hawk that got him. All right, Logano out on that track. He's in a very different paint scheme this week. It's an all red hood. Still Pennzoil as the sponsor. None of this second group has moved up into the top 3 there, though.
Chat, watch this live and watch the racing live right now. Actually,
Most of them are. Most of them watch what I'm streaming. But some people don't. Some people don't like to pay for cable.
who doesn't like this channel? This is
I'll pay you the money, I promise. Now I'm sad. I didn't know you didn't know, Carmen. I didn't know you didn't know. It was like the last time I had him on where we babysat him, and it was less than like 3 days later that that he got loose.
Center of the corner, you see.
All right, Gibbs moves up into the top 10 here in that 54 Toyota. Blaney makes his appearance up there at 7th. Reddick trying to get up there. He's currently 9th.
I'll be back.
All right, buddy. Does he like Thor the dog? Are you asking if my buddy here likes Thor? Yeah, you don't mind him. You don't mind him. All right, Denny Hamlin out there, y'all. You don't mind Thor, right? He don't bug you none? Thor alerting. You just said JFC on stream. Are you getting in trouble, son? Thor has seen the neighbor, and he don't like it.
That is a lot of works.
He doesn't bark a lot, really. He doesn't really bark that much.
My dog does. Trust me, she is loud.
Which one? Oh, you guys just got a dog, right?
Yeah, September, yeah.
What's her name? Daisy. All right, William Byron out there, chat, in that 24 Chevrolet, 16 races at Phoenix. He's got to win.
Oh my.
He's also been into the wall a couple times, apparently. I like to meet Thor. Val's a close second, says Theo. So they call me Valhalla because my channel is Valhalla Sports Talk. All right, 17, just about 18 minutes remaining in practice for group number 2. We're starting to see these cars in group 2 show up in the top 10 there. They go to a commercial break on Prime.
and flexible hours to figure.
So while you're at that place today, I heard that it's going to be at my favorite building in Bisbee that you're going to. I need you to buy me that building.
I'll try.
Just, negotiate with somebody and purchase that building because I've always wanted that. Okay, thanks. We'll move the Valhalla Sports Talk studios into there and we'll have a bar that sells burgers and stuff. Deal?
Dude,
I'd like to meet Thor and give him food so he likes me. He likes everybody, Choa. Thor don't dislike nobody. He thinks everybody's his best buddy. Far into this are we? All right, we're almost an hour into this stream, chat. We've been up 56 minutes. Now remember, they're going to do practice and then they'll roll out for qualifying for tomorrow's Straight Talk 500. Also, I'd like you to buy me one of these racing simulators like he was just sitting in. They're only like a
one time,
couple grand.
once I get the money,
There you go.
then I can.
Let's get paid, man. Let's get paid. What are we going to have in our sports bar? Like food-wise, what are we going to serve? Nachos? No nachos? Tacos?
Yes.
Okay. We got to do some burgers. You don't like burgers?
But yes, definitely tacos.
Definitely tacos. Are we going to do hard tacos or soft tacos? Hard tacos?
Chad, eat tacos on Tuesday.
Tacos on Tuesday, y'all. We're breaking news here, y'all. It's best to eat the tacos on the Tuesday. All right, Gibbs out there on the track, y'all, in an AM/PM paint scheme. The nerve of him, because we are Team Circle K up in here. Shout out to the 47 in the house, y'all. If you're new, hit that sub. You can member up on the channel for as little as $1. Subscribe.
Subscribe to Valhalla Sports Talk. Let's go.
And like.
Hit the like.
And then you're not hearing it. You're not hearing what they're saying. Here. So you just put that over your ear. You don't put nothing in your ear hole. Now let you hear what these, well, I can't figure out how it works. All right, I'll show you. Ready?
Subscribe to Valhalla Sports Talk. Let's go.
Yeah. We'll try every say. Subscribe. Subscribe.
Watch the like one. Put that ear thing in. Ready?
Hit the like on the video or stream. Yeah, hit that like button. Do it now.
That's 20 lap average. Cindric Blaney Chastain. So that's important. That's even more important than who's on the top of the leaderboard there because you want your car to be good for a long time. Blaney in a dent wizard Ford this weekend for Penske Racing. Penske dominated at this track since Harvick retired. Still nobody challenging that first group for the top 3, though. You can sit up there. That's called Rattlesnake Hill, where they just showed. And you can sit up there for like $5. Yeah, it's really cheap.
Seen like some YouTubers, some other YouTubers, they go up to like sneak hill, and one of them was racing in the car.
Oh, really? Trouble for the six, chat. Trouble for the six car of Brad Keselowski. Looks like he got into the wall there in turn 4. Oh, that might be turn 1. So that used to be all grandstands right there. Right, that whole straightaway there. But they got rid of them, and now it's just a big grandstand in the middle of those turns.
Sorry, you are.
So right front down on the number 6, y'all. So they'll have to decide if they want to go to the backup car or not. You think so? So see, it's just that one long big grandstand between turns 1 and 2. But when Tish and I used to go all the time, there were stands on the front stretch where I showed you, and just a few where that big grandstand is now. Lamel checks in, says, let's go 11 of Denny Hamlin. No, it don't work that way. This is just a graphic that I got that goes up there. See, I can go through the lights too. So when the caution comes out during the race, watch this. I can bring the yellow and then it changes. Or it depends on what's going on the track. So I can go through this. So there's the winner when the checkered flag flies. When the track's closed. But this is where we're in running order right now. Green, right? All right, in a commercial break here, best lap in the practices thus far is 26.877. Best speed 133.943. So just about 27 seconds to do a lap at Phoenix. We're 50 minutes into the practice, and it's still Daniel Suarez atop the leaderboard with a 26.877. Hocevar second with a 26.961. So the practice and qualifying, they're not like crazy exciting. You're just kind of passing on the information. Kind of passing it on to everybody. You got a PlayStation?
Yeah.
What you play?
What's the time? Best for Bullet, Bell, William Bryan.
William Byron, yep.
Kyle Larson. Tyler Red.
Of course.
That's gonna be your driver. He's got Jordan on the car, right?
Well, I'm still rooting for Larson. Oh, Kyle Larson.
Larson out there, 23 races at Phoenix, 1 win, 11 top 10s. HendrickCars.com on the hood.
All wind tunnel, all the planning, everything is going. So you get to build a racetrack and see.
Can't believe how tall you've gotten already, dude. It's going fast. For long, you'll be an old man.
Taller. I'm not taller than that. I'm
Are you like the tallest in your class? Huh.
There's I have a friend that's 4'7". I barely care about 1 inch.
Oh, really?
They sell it
Are,
18 races.
are you playing any sports or doing anything like that? No.
My basketball season ended a few weeks ago.
Oh, you did play basketball, though. What's up, Quill? What's going on, Quill? No way to watch practice here in Western Australia, so thanks for doing this. 2 a.m. Sunday morning here. No problem, man. You're welcome. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here, man. All right, I'm going to run you through the field, chat. I'm going to run you through the field. We'll go to this alternate screen here right quick. We'll take a look at where everybody stands here. We got about 9 minutes remaining in practice 2, our group practice 2.
Firebugs have been highest on the board in the practice. They're still very.
Number 9, and they're not.
Number 9 coming in hot. So look at the top there, chat. 26.877 best lap, 133.943 best speed. Would you drive 133 miles an hour?
Probably would.
Do you know how to drive?
No.
That might be a problem.
16. Either legally start like driving, or either finish driving. Because usually it's nothing.
What kind of car you want to get when you get your driver's license? A Jeep? All right, they're interviewing Keselowski after putting that number 6 car into the wall. 33 races at Phoenix, 10 top fives. His best finish, second.
That must have been a rough curve.
Yeah, pretty certain. Front clips bent on the strict shaft, so most likely yes.
He just said they're going to have to go to a backup car. Likely.
So, I'm gonna be really honest here. Would you do it? Really honest.
What you asking, chat? If they would be what? Chat. My friend here wants to know if you all would jump in a race car here at Phoenix, if given the opportunity. I would, but I think I read one time that we probably people like us that have never driven a race car before would probably not be able to get it into first gear and get it moving. All right, Bubba Wallace, 3 races this year. He's finished 10th at Daytona, 8th at Atlanta, and 11th in Austin at COTA. Robin Hood paint scheme for that Camry this weekend, the 23. That's the other team that Jordan owns. So he has 23, obviously, right? 8. I think he's got one more, but I can't remember the number. Oh, and 45. So those are all his numbers that he hit. Well,
Yeah,
wait,
23.
he doesn't have the 8.
Number 23.
He was 23 initially, then he retired, came back at 45. He doesn't have the 8, though.
Six, 2.
Yep. Hell yeah, says everybody. We race in a race car. So Carmen is from Canada. And this other fellow that's talking, Lamel, he's from Australia. So, I mean, there's times on here where I've got people all over the world watching. So those 3 wins have given Reddick a 70-point lead after just 3 races, y'all. He is almost guaranteed. Well, he already is guaranteed to be in the chase. Half of the drivers that were in the top 16 last year are not in the top 16 thus far this year, chat, with those big accidents at Daytona. We're on board in the 45 of Tyler Reddick, trying to make it 4 in a row, 4 victories in a row. If he can get another win this year or this weekend in Phoenix. Probably the coolest paint scheme this weekend, that 45 with Jumpman on the logo on the hood there. Be right back, says Shelby. Oh, Reddick is around. Reddick is around. Keeps it off of everything on the apron, going backwards down pit road.
Chat, what just happened?
Look at him. He's going to turn it around right here.
Chat, is this planned?
No. That's how unstable these cars are. You could lose the back end.
You can literally.
So he's going through 4 chat behind the 20 car and took the air off the hood. Roof flaps deployed to keep that car on the ground, and he backed it down pit road and behind the wall.
Chad, this is why I'm probably not. I'm gonna be totally honest.
So what those roof flaps do, right? Watch it deploy. That makes it so that the car can't get air, can't go off the ground, or it tries to help it so that they won't.
I've seen a few crashes, race crashes, and they are insane.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sometimes they almost flip over.
Look at how dirty my fan is. Jeez. Better clean that after this.
Yeah.
Glad he kept it off the wall. Yeah, they just put tires on it. He didn't hit nothing. Hard Nose hits the slot machines, y'all. 3 monkeys, 2,000 points. So they can play a virtual slot machine in the chat. And he just hit 3 monkeys. And he bet his channel points. And that won him 2,000. Commercial break here, y'all. We got we're in about an hour into this chat. So we're getting real close to the end of practice.
Shout out to all our subscribers. I mean, you should.
You're hired.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm hired. Staying in Florida.
Have you ever seen that commercial?
Yeah. I don't know if I said one.
Stephen Acosta checks in. Hi, Mr. V. I just want to say good night from Taiwan. So sad about Japan kicking their butts. Looking good. Take care. See you soon. Later, man. Later.
Commercial break.
I think they're probably about to woe him up, chat. Yep. Just about a minute to go here in Group 2. Reddick climbing out. Or in. I'm not sure which way he's going. He's coming out.
Thankfully, this guy's okay.
They would have to Jaws life me out of one of them things. So you see that hose? That plugs into his helmet to keep him cool.
I see.
He's just a little guy. Probably about 5'8".
That is pretty short. That's tiny. I know, I'm only 4'8", but still, that's pretty tiny.
And they're showing a replay of Reddick going around there. All right, end of practice, y'all. So condition red on the track here. know what happened to my red flag. I think I forgot to put it on there. All right, but practice will be coming up here pretty quick, y'all. I mean, qualifying. I'll be right back, y'all.
Dude, perfect.
And you're screaming in the
Watch
Carolina
this.
heat. Dustin rubber
It's me and
burning on the
Thor
concrete
virtually.
street. Turn it up loud for the talk of the track. Valhalla's on the mic and he's never looking back. Green flag drops and the thunder begins. Welcome to the show where the family wins. Valhalla leads the charge with the headset on, streaming live from the dusk till the early dawn. Beside him is the boss, the CO in command. His wife keeps it steady, the best in the land. And don't forget the general, Thor's on the beat. Four-legged legend making the circle complete. We're talking gear, HEOs in the draft and the turn, watching every single gallon of the high-octane burn. Valhalla Sports Talk. Yeah, we're riding the wall. Berserkers in the front, we're standing tall. Be homies represent, let the engines roar. We're kicking down the gates and we're breaking the door. From the infield party to the checkered flag, got the winner circle spirit in the victory bag. Valhalla Sports Talk. Valhalla Sports Talk. Walk through the infield, smell the charcoal and grease. In the sea of speed, we find our own peace. Got a cold beer dripping in the summer sun. The party's just started and it's never done. Beautiful women waving flags in the stands, while the homies cheer with the drinks in their hands. Berserkers going wild, yeah, they're bringing the noise. Playing with the fastest of the big track toys. Fried chicken, barbecue, and the smell of the tire. Valhalla's got the channel setting spirits on fire. White flag waving, one lap to go. Heartbeat racing, put on a show. Rubbing is racing, paint on the floor. Push it to the limit, give me some more. Valhalla Sports Talk. Yeah, we're riding the wall. Berserkers in the front, we're standing tall. The homies represent, let the engines roar. We're kicking down the gates and we're breaking the door. From the infield party to the checkered flag, got the winner circle spirit in the victory. Valhalla Sports Talk. Valhalla Sports Talk. Valhalla Sports Talk. He's diving to the inside, clearing the pack, leaving all the rivals on the back of the track. Across the start finish, hear the crowd go insane. Valhalla's name etched in the hall of the flame. Burnouts in the grass, hey! Smoke filling the air, hey! Another Nascar win, hey! Nothing else can compare.
All right, chat, I'm back. So we're about to get started here for the actual qualifying. Go Thor. So my little assistant departed, y'all. They're headed for a family deal. My assistant has left the building. But I did notice that I've failed to put the red on the setup here, y'all. That's a problem. Duber Dave in the house. What's up, Duber? We got 78 up in the house, y'all. 78 as we're about to get started here with qualifying. He was a nice boy. Yeah, he's a good kid. Really good kid, yo. All right, they're showing a downtown Phoenix from Avondale there. And a look at Rattlesnake Hill. If you don't know, Rattlesnake Hill at Phoenix is in turns 3 and 4. People go up, they climb that hill there and set up their chairs and their easy ups. And it's a pretty inexpensive way to see the race. It was a pleasure meeting him, says Chris Davis. Yeah, he's a good guy. I want to get me that hairdo, y'all. I got to get me a hairdo with a lightning bolt in the side of my head. Val does great work on NASCAR. Show him your appreciation with a like and a subscribe. Yeah, you can member up for $1, y'all.
Become a member on Valhalla Sports Talk today.
Currently 306 V homies strong. Glad you hit that time, Valhalla. Well bannered. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. He's calmed down a lot. He used to be when he was smaller, y'all. I mean, this kid loves him some what do you call it? Superheroes and shit. And he used to annoy the shit out of me. But yeah, he's grown up fast, y'all. He is definitely grown up fast. All right, I'm gonna take you through the field right quick here. Well, I guess we already did that, but there we go. Qualifying has gone active. Or they say it has. I think they're fibbing though. I think they are fibbing to me, chat. Yeah, he used to annoy the living shit out of me. But I'm sure I annoy people as well at times. All right, 1,200 views. We got 90 in the house, y'all. If you're new, I'd encourage you to hit that subscribe button, or ask you to, anywho.
Subscribe to Valhalla Sports Talk. Let's go.
And give the video a like.
Hit the like on the video or stream. Yeah, hit that like button. Do it now.
So any predictions on who's going to qualify for the front row here, chat? Anybody? Bueller? All right, they're lined up. It looks like Bowman's going to go out first in that. No, Bowman is out of the car, so Alfredo. They're interviewing Josh Berry in the 2025 finishes, a 4th and a 7th at Phoenix last year. No, I'm not going to do the O'Reilly, Chris. I'm doing the USA baseball game. Fingers crossed NASCAR makes a comeback. Zilich made me start following again. Yeah, that's my driver now. I'm going to go with him. I'm going to go with Zilich. So he's my 3rd driver of all time. COO hooking me up with a soda pop. Appreciate it. No, I'm good. Good. Theo says, I'm biased. Go 12. All right, here we go. We're watching this, y'all, to see some times posted. Anthony Alfredo in subbing for Bowman this weekend due to vertigo. Let me turn that weird thing off, the thing that's monitoring my mouse. Let's turn that off for a bit. All right, I should have some times posting here shortly. We are back under green for qualifying. It's very difficult, chat, very difficult to find hosts of our merchandise. Very difficult. There's very little of it out there, and what is out there is sold out. But the word this week of Monster signing him to a personal appearance deal, he's definitely headed to that car next year, the 77. Not sure what that does for Gibbs. I grew up in the early 70s, and AJ Petty fan, says Duber. Dave. COO alert. Howdy to the salsa queen. All right, refresh to see if we got some times yet. Yeah, you should have. COO just said she should have had Uncle Richie, who was just visiting, make your salsa, Theo. He makes them. It's really, really good. Theo Richie be the salsa master. AJ Foyt. Not a very good lap for Jones, y'all. All right, here we go. Chase Briscoe headed out. First 3 races this year, a second, a 34th, and a third. Number 19 Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing. Smash your front fender and paint 77 on it. What's up, Mr. Johnson? A lot of good drivers right now. Yeah, I didn't know who I wanted to go to. I was obviously, if you've been in my streams before, you know I was a big Earnhardt fan until he passed, and then went with Harvick almost his entire career, y'all, and was driverless the last couple years here. And Briscoe, top of the pylon. 26.897 best lap so far in qualifying. I was born in 90. 1,500 views, y'all. We got a hundo up in here, up in here. Appreciate it. Welcome to Valhalla Sports Talk's NASCAR coverage. Practice and qualifying this morning. We'll be doing the Straight Talk 500 tomorrow. Hope you join us and watch along. All right, Cindric is ahead of Briscoe's pace by quite a bit. Almost a full car. Almost a full car. Uh-oh, Cindric missed that last corner. He'll go to the top of the board, though, in that number 2 Ford. 26.731. Cody Ware headed out in that pink number 51 Chevrolet. This is Group 1. This is qualifying. I don't think they have them broken down in groups. But I believe what they do here is everybody runs and then they whittle it down to 10, right? Then they do some whittling. You know what I think I'm going to try, chat? It's been sitting here. I think I'm going to try this elk jerky. I might have to go get a cutter, though. All right, not a good lap for wear. Not a good lap for wear. Ross Chastain headed out on the track in that number 1 Kubota Chevrolet for Trackhouse Racing. 15 starts at Phoenix, 3 top 10s. His best start was 3rd. Yeah, a little elk jerky here. I'm going to grab me some scissors. I'll be right back.
Gotta balance that aggression of overdriving the entry corner. Here is help your crew.
Cedric Mitch down here. If he can grab the bottom, see discipline getting in. Did pay off. Here he comes.
Chastain doesn't get Cindric. Second P2 for Ross Chastain.
Get to take advantage. Have to go down the front straight to get back to the start of finish line, which isn't even halfway now.
Wrong button. All right, y'all. We're cutting the seal.
Making his first cup start of the season and his first at the beginning. Yes.
All right, we're in. I don't know. It seems pretty hard, y'all. Might be a good chew, though. Chris Davis has bet Chevrolet. You want a piece? Cornelius. It's good, buddy. Very good. So not a good lap by Hill there. Cole Custer headed out. Career at Phoenix, 8 starts, 2 top 10s. His best start was 7th. 41 Chevrolet for Haas. Yeah, this is good, y'all. Damn. I was afraid of it for no reason.
See how Austin gets all the way out to the wall and
A good lap for Custer, y'all.
Talked about how the cars just rattling up. Flying. Picking the track, I think was that style.
yeah, well, I think the whole Ford camp, we worked a lot, really all the way back when we started this tour was to get those techniques, to get the brake pads right, to get the car handling in the right style of racetrack, and they just taken it to another level and really capitalized on it at this racetrack for several years.
Custer's lap 27.516.
A horrible lap by Custer. Last on the board in 8th. Last on the board in P8. What would you guys rather watch? Would you rather see the main screen with just the posts here as what position, or would you rather see the whole running order?
My driver's watching right now here. You got to get the car back out to the wall and get the angle correct. You don't want
That don't work. All right, that 47 is Stenhouse P4. Zane Smith headed out in the 38.
Next race next year.
Zane Smith from Redondo Beach, California. COO up in there frying up some chorizo. Wow, that's pretty wild, that view of the ghost car from the driver's perspective. So Zane Smith didn't hit it. Didn't hit it, y'all. P5 in that Ford. I like the main screen, says Hard Nose. Listen, y'all, I'm gonna give this elk jerky a and keeping in mind I left it back there for quite a while. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. No preservatives. A little elk stick. I interview in Logano on pit road. 4-time Phoenix winner. He has taken over the mantle since Harvick retired. Sunday is chorizo day in your house. We buy it from a local, a little butcher. Well, let's call it quinceañera. Carniceria.
Yeah, it's 15 years birthday party.
Did I say quinceañera? This elk jerky's good. Yeah. The elk is fire. Yeah, this is really good, y'all. Highly recommended. Yeah, I left it there a long time, Theo. I was afraid of it. But out of all the ones he sent me, this is probably the best one, even. It's got some bad shit in it, too. Dextrose. Yeah, it's got some bad shit in it, too. Arroyo Grande Meat Company. The Arroyo Grande Meat Company out of California. Lou Logano says Lamel Mel. All right, a third for Josh Berry in that 21 Wood Brothers Ford. There we go. Hocevar headed out. A 6th, a 15th, and a 12th this year to his name. Clint Boyer picking Hocevar to win the pole. So that's the guy that's going to have the sponsorship from Monster.
Is that the guy you like him?
Here goes Laura. Yeah, that's my new favorite driver. Oh, he blew it there. He blew it. Here he goes into that 3 and 4. Can't hold it. P3 for Carson Hocevar in that Chevrolet. Todd Gillen in that Long John Silver's Ford headed out for Front Row Motorsports. He's got an 18th, a 35th, and a 17th to his name this year thus far. Finishing position.
Here. See,
118 in the house, 2,000 views. Most tasteless. Be cool to see Hocevar or Chastain win this week. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. Yeah, those paws look horrible, don't they? Especially that right one.
We have the car on the west side. Real shaking a lot. The car.
Are there? All right, Riley Herbst in that Monster Energy Toyota for 23X1. I'll be right back on camera, y'all. Let's put on the scanner for a bit.
Better than the 2 car, and he actually even carried a little more speed into 3 and 4.
Yeah,
I agree.
That little shout compared to the 2 car, fired it in.
As is typical with him.
With that aggressiveness hurt him in 1 and 2, but it paid off big in 3 and 4.
It's the all scan.
Out, throwing it up. I saw your wheel.
So well, being smart into the corner, but it gets to the
Ty Dillon headed out with the COO on board in that number 3 Chevrolet for Richard Childress Racing.
Obviously, you're on the dog leg down the front stretch on the apron there. Just
Big news this week. Richard Childress Racing signed Cletus McFarland for a limited schedule.
Drive 1, the 77 really got in there really good. Overdrove just a little bit, went up the hill slightly, and that cost him the pole because he got in 3 really good. So, entrance at 3, what I'm seeing, like the 2 that
Ellen got a good lap going here, chat.
out of it, getting into 3, and it went up the hill.
There he lost
When
it.
It did. He just went where it landed, right? It just drove to the line, and his 3 and 4 actually was
He lost it there when he tried to cut through that dog leg on the backstretch.
I feel like entrance at 3 is key. Get into 3 hard and go where it
Icy Finagle says, go Keselowski, to hell with Busch.
But 1 is opposite. Don't overdrive 1.
All right, so Dillon going to settle in at P9 in that Chevrolet. Winchester on board.
Joker by the time we get to the corner.
All right, so this next car is the race sponsor. So Noah Gregson in the 4 with sponsorship from Straight Talk Wireless. Five starts at Phoenix so far for him in his career. OCO and RCR, says Carmen. Got loose there coming to the start finish. Cuts it through the dog leg. He is off of Cindric's pace by quite a bit, almost a full car length. Cletus needs to prove himself, says DG Beb. Good morning. I have the sound turned down. Sorry, it's 4 a.m. here. My lady is asleep, snoring beside me. I don't want to wake her up. No problem, Captain Goody. All right, so that's going to be horrible for Gregson, a P15 out of 16 cars that have qualified. Chris Buescher has Fry's Supermarkets on board.
Sounds better coming from you, but no, we've not been
41st at Daytona, a 7th at Atlanta, and a 14th in COTA last week.
What happens? You're on 2 right there. You're on the wrong channel, Jimmy.
Mel checks in and says, hey, mate, the Australians have invaded the chat, y'all. The Aussies are here. The Aussies are here. The Aussies are here.
Last year for the championship race, Company Green. He's about a 10th behind right here on the back.
It's the bottom. I'll put it right there.
Buescher well off of Cindric's pace as well. So P5 for Buescher in that Ford. Number 17. Daniel Suarez headed out in that Freeway Chevrolet. He won practice. 15th, 12th, and 23rd this year for Suarez.
Just from the side of let's set our balance. We're hot. Copy that.
Shout out to the 123 in the house. I don't know. He's got a chance here. Suarez has a chance, but he loses it in that 4th turn. Can he make it up? Nope. P2 for Suarez in that number 7 Chevrolet. Here goes the 88 with Wendy's on board. Connor Zilich. First Phoenix start this weekend. All right, let's see how he's doing. This is a young driver. It looks so violent in the car, chat. So violent as they go through that dog leg.
Okay, good effort. Appreciate it, Frankie.
Zilich off the pace here. Adjusts his visor.
For a while. That's nice.
Yeah, it's like he got loose.
Not going to be a good lap, y'all. 7th. 7th, P7 for Connor Zilich. It's qualifying right now, G Money. It's qualifying, and it's on Prime. It's on Prime, G Money.
Yeah, 10-4. My helmet fucking bounced off my head when I hit the dog leg. Sorry.
Hey, they're interviewing Reddick about his spin in practice.
Gave up a little bit from the dog leg to turn one. Obviously lost most of our time in the middle.
Wrong button, says Vernoy.
It's all right, man.
They're showing a replay of Reddick's spin in practice there. Coming through 3 and 4. All right, Blaney being interviewed on the telecast. No problem, buddy. No problem. Shelby back says, what did I miss? Just a little qualifying. Goody says, weather is too unpredictable to head out this weekend. We have a cyclone that is looming. Blaney talking about how the extra horsepower in these Cup cars is making it very difficult as they are losing grip by the lap on these Goodyear tires. Sarah Smole in the house. Been a member for 31 months. Let's go.
Thank you for your support.
I didn't see where that last guy settled in. I'm going to take you through the field, chat, through the field, the cars that have qualified thus far. So we're 19 cars into this qualifying. 19 cars in. And that's how they're lined up. Hollow, members up. Wait, what was that? Sarah with a 10 bomb.
Thank you for your support.
Sarah with the 10 bomb. Thank you so much, Sarah. If you're in the chat and you receive one of these memberships, please thank Sarah Smole for her generosity. Thought I would drop some love today, says Miss Sarah. Thank you, girl. Thank you so much. John Hunter Nemechek out there in that 42 Mobile One Ford, I believe. Maybe a Toyota. This is the type of racing that Denny thrives in because of tire management. Thank you so much, Sarah. All right, the 42 goes P6, P6. Kind of used to tropical. Priest having a hard time getting that 60 car going. He gets it on the track.
A lot of people wondering, I sent a haul out for driving through here too fast.
Wonder what Vikings and Colts are doing in free agency, says Sarah. Coming up on that draft next month, right, Sarah? Draft next month. I know the Vikings do have a defensive end that they're shopping around. The memberships are still coming in, y'all. They're still coming in.
Same tendencies as all the cars.
Oh, my phone be making noise. Somebody sent me a message.
Not bad, man. P6.
You sent me that, baby?
Yeah, sorry. Put it in the notes for next year. I didn't want to overdrive it, but we got a good race car, Derek. Proud of you guys.
You told me where I lived?
That's where I'm at right now.
That's where you're at. All right, Ty Dillon out there in that number 10, Grizzly Nicotine Pouches, Chevrolet.
Making the best out of the start of the season so far with both cars.
Copy, Danny.
With some decent performance.
Yeah, copy. Gotcha. All tall, the only reminder.
Are the Australians making acquaintances? Mac Jones, Geno Smith, or Kyler Murray? I'd like to have Mac. Viking Jerome, I'd like him to pick up Mac Jones.
Yeah, I can't.
I don't want to give up nothing for him, though.
Yeah, he's gone away from me.
All right, Kyle Busch trying to get that number 8 car warmed up.
Out of 22.
All right, Kyle Busch out onto the track. Let's see what he's got. Let's see what he's got, chat. I don't know what that sponsor is. Zone? What is that company? What do they do?
Flip over to 1.
Copy. Good job, man.
Yeah, much better than we have been here.
10-4, sweet.
That distance or
I Busch just behind the ghost car of Cindric.
There's still guys running quick.
Didn't go.
Guys running quick.
Didn't go. Dropping back here. I don't think Busch is particularly good at Phoenix. I don't think he is particularly good at Phoenix. Here goes Hamlin. Matt completed 69% of his passes in a banged-up offense. He's the one I want. Kyle Busch is the biggest asshole in NASCAR history, says Feisty Finagle. Is that a hot take? I forget the number.
Welcome to Valhalla.
I don't know if we even have it.
1, 2, 11. Up to speed off of 2. Keeping miles off. 10-4.
There we go, Hamlin. I think the worst paint scheme in NASCAR is this Bob's Furniture Toyota, whatever the fuck it is. I think it's literally the worst paint scheme in NASCAR. It's wild. For all those years, he had the FedEx colors. Every race, it seemed like. Kyle Busch has been particularly good in the Cup Series for a long time. That's why he goes and runs Xfinity and truck races. Oh, he's a winner. He wins. I just don't think he does very particularly well at Phoenix.
The corner, but runs lower towards the start-finish line off of 4, if that makes sense.
Yeah, copy. He's just getting down there sooner and back up.
Who cares? He got the job done, and he brings the money home. There you go.
It was.
6th place. They said, I don't see him there, though. I don't see where Busch settled in. Did you all? Let me look.
Pressure and a lot longer roll off of it.
No, 17th. 17th for Kyle Busch. P17. All right, William Byron out there in the 24 with Sheila on board. Team USA dominated last night, says Sarah. They can't all be boring sweet guys, says Captain Goody. Hardnose says, I don't like that 11 paint scheme either. Byron right on the bumper of the ghost car there. P5 for Byron. All right, here comes the king of Phoenix out onto the track, Joey Logano in the 22, Pennzoil Ford. You like the build submarine paint schemes? My dad back in the 90s did cylinder heads work for the Bushes. Sarah loves that the Ravens got Max Crosby from the Raiders. You think he's worth 2 firsts? Sarah? You think that Crosby was worth 2 first round picks?
Blue switch reminder when you get going here.
Very few can sport the best stash in NASCAR, says Theo about Blaney.
The bottom a little bit, but still solid.
People who applaud Kyle Busch winning lower series races are the same people who would be cheering if their NFL team beat a college team.
Good job.
You missed the old Phoenix layout? There we go, Logano. Logano top of the board, 26,561.
See what she does.
You think he's worth 2? Hamlin's my dude, but not a fan of Bob's. All right, Christopher Bell out there. He got a win at Phoenix last year. That's why he's featured on the thumbnails this weekend. He's in that Risers Toyota. I've never eaten at a Risers.
By far, and beat everybody into one.
Carmen says, I like the 77 scheme as my daddy was a miner. COO's daddy was a miner. The COO's dad was a miner. All right, Bell off of Logano's time here. He's not going to get him. He's falling back. Bell's going to finish P9 in his first qualifying attempt. Next up, Larson, Allmendinger, and Wallace.
Try to do our best. We don't shortcut it as much anyhow, so whatever Joey did there, that was pretty decent.
Which layout are you talking about, John? Before the dog leg? Manuel says, how many drivers are left? Let me go down. I'll show you. I'll show you here.
Copy that.
Let's go to the other screen for this real quick. So you see the cars that have posted times. So what do we got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. About 10 to go here. Manuel, about 10 left to qualify. $10 to go. Now, I think they do that deal where they cut off the top 10 and then they race for the pole, right? They do another time trial for the pole. Mexican food for lunch? I'm about to have me some leftover fish and chips for lunch after this is over. Leftover fish and chips from last night. Got me a couple hush puppies.
They were at the middle of the track at the start-finish line. They didn't let it happen. They tried to...
Uncles are the bombs, says Captain Goody.
Help the whole straightaway. Make a P1 get into turn 1, you know what I mean? Yeah, 10-4. Yeah, pretty much what we looked at.
And when they come down off the track and go through that dog leg where they cut off the dog leg there, that's pretty violent. Pretty violent. So after qualifying today, they're going to have a race at Phoenix for Indy. The IndyCar Series. A rare doubleheader weekend up there. All right, Logano and Cindric are talking to one another. They are teammates for Penske. They're trying to get their cars cooled down for qualifying. Chicken chimichanga? 9 p.m. in Eastern Europe, says Manuel. Sadly, I don't get to eat them anymore. Fish tacos are okay, but not really the same, says Captain Goody. All right, Kyle Larson out on the track. 23 starts at Phoenix. He's got 2 poles, 13 top 5s. Almost 150 in the chat, y'all. If you're new, I'd appreciate it if you hit that sub button.
Subscribe to Valhalla Sports Talk.
We'll be live tomorrow for the Straight Talk 500.
Hit the like.
Give the video a like, y'all. Helps me out with the YouTube algorithm.
Hit that like button. Do it now.
Larson's close here, y'all. He is close. He's about a front bumper. Nose is ahead here. I don't know. Oh, they dropped off going through 3 and 4. P2 for Kyle Larson.
Good turnaround for the life.
Someone should try to do both at some point when there are double headers, says Manuel. I've tried the not IndyCar, but I've done F1 before, and I don't know. It just ain't my jam, bro. It ain't my jam. I don't even know if that thing's televised or what it's televised on, that Indy race. Celery salad for Shelby Minnick. What's that? What's a celery salad? Just celery with dressing on it? Crunchy. Subbing and liking is free. Let's support the V-Man, says Theo. So again, a doubleheader on the channel tonight, y'all. We've got a USA Baseball in the World Baseball Classic. USA versus Great Britain. That's a 5 o'clock start on the West Coast. Allmendinger unable to get it there. Clint Boyer is currently in an IndyCar driver's suit.
Just not sure how hard to go in there, so completely overdrove one, and then landed M3.
Oh, you meant driver?
Never got it pointed.
Oh, for the drivers to run both. Yeah, that'd be interesting, Manuel.
Got you over here, AJ.
That would be interesting. Bubba Wallace out on the track. Wallace has finished 11th or better in all 3 races this year, they just said. He's well off of Logano's pace here, though. Well off of the pace of Logano. Indy's race today is on the main Fox station, says DG. I might watch it. 22nd for Wallace. Ty Gibbs headed out there in that AM PM Toyota. There should be a Circle K car in the field just to counter this. Blasphemy. I don't know yet. Celery, dates, pecans, juice of a lemon, olive oil, salt, and pepper. I think I would like to try that. Shelby Minnick. Sounds very crunchy.
Too low. I mean, it just. I don't know.
What did he finish, baby? Do you know? All right, Ryan Blaney headed out. Another Team Penske car. Let's see what he's got. Blaney won a race at Phoenix last year. I believe it was the spring race. He'll probably compete for the pole here, I would guess. It's really good, says Shelby. We've seen a flat 2 super speedways and an RC. I think the schedule needs an intermediate right after Daytona. So 1.5 miles. How about that Joey Logano, says Jamie Schweitzer. Yeah, Blaney is not on Logano's pace here, y'all. Let's see where he ends up. P5 for Blaney. Michael McDowell headed out in the 71 Chevrolet for Spire Motorsports. Logano is literally the best driver at Phoenix now that Harvick is retired, chat. He is literally the best at Phoenix. Numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie, chat. $150 in the house, y'all. Appreciate it. Practice and qualifying for tomorrow's Straight Talk 500. Yeah, Blaney ended up P5. Logano's lap time of 26.561 holding up for the pole here. I do think they have another round, though.
Than the other guys. And that's, I think,
Here goes that Napa. Napa know-how. McDowell 15th, P15. 3 cars to go. Elliott headed out on the track. 19 starts at Phoenix. He has a pole to his name. I appreciate it, James. Or Jamie. Appreciate it. Gonna split and try to get a couple more hours sleep. There you go, Captain Goody. We'll see you. This is the real test for SVG to see if he actually improved. He might surprise a lot of people, says Manuel. We about to find out, huh, man? All right, Elliott is off the pace of Logano. Chasing that ghost car down the backstretch. See ya. See ya. Larson, 24th. No. That wasn't Larson. My bad, y'all. That was Elliott. SVG headed out in that 97 for Trackhouse. 53 starts in his Cup career, 4 poles, 9 top 5 starts. Let's see how he's doing, y'all. Safety culture on board that Chevrolet. They usually pick up the ghost car on the backstretch after they go through that dog leg, and he is right on the pace for the pole. He is right on the pace for the pole. About halfway through that 22, falls back a little bit. I think he's going to make the top 10 here, so he'll probably battle for the pole.
What, terrible?
17th for SVG. Damn, dropped quick. Tyler Reddick, the last car to qualify in this round. Headed out there in that Jordan-sponsored Toyota Camry, number 45. 3 wins in a row to start the season. 12 starts at Phoenix, 4 top 10 starts. His best start was 6th. Who cares where he started? Where did he finish? They just had their 60th anniversary banquet at Team Penske yesterday. 20 miles west of my house on Lake Norman. There you go. There you go. All right, Reddick going through the dog leg here. Gets it back on the track. He is right alongside the ghost car of Logano. About a hood behind. About a hood. He's not dropping back much. It's probably going to be the fastest Toyota. Oh, up the track there in 4.
Good effort.
P8 for Tyler Reddick.
Yeah, 10-4. Flirting with the top 3 before that part, but still decent. We can win from here. Get a good
All right, I guess they're not going to do a second round of qualifying, chat. Logano will start the Straight Talk Wireless on the pole. Kyle Larson, outside row. This is Logano's third career Phoenix pole, and they're interviewing him. Cool song. The captain wants to be the next billionaire team owner to win a cup race. 34th career pole for Logano. He'll definitely be one of my picks on DraftKings tomorrow. But yeah, my NASCAR viewers, I'll be live tomorrow for the Straight Talk Wireless 500. And again, I'll be live later tonight for Team USA in the World Baseball Classic against Great Britain. Jeffrey Giordano says, go Alex Bowman. Bowman is out this week, Jeffrey. He's out. Vertigo. That's just Daytona that they do the 10? No, they used to do that in Cup 2, where they would have the first round of qualifying, and then the top 10 would go out there one more time. All right, Larry McReynolds interviewing Larson. So I mentioned will be on the outside pole. See you later. Thanks for the stream. You're welcome. Tomorrow's race will be Logano's 618th start, tying smoke. So I appreciate it, y'all. I appreciate it. I'm going to get out of here. We'll see you a little later for some USA baseball. For now, Valhalla Sports Talk is off the air. Where's my race car?
Talking about they are beating this added horsepower. What do you think about the 80 more horsepower?
Engine screaming in the Carolina heat, dust and rubber burning on the concrete street. Turn it up loud for the talk of the track. Valhalla's on the mic and he's never looking back. Green flag drops and the thunder begins. Welcome to the show where the family wins. Valhalla leads the charge with the headset on, streaming live from the dusk till the early dawn. Beside him is the boss, the CO in command. His wife keeps it steady, the best in the land. And don't forget the general Thor's on the beat. Four-legged legend making the circle complete. We're talking gear, HEOs in the draft in the turn, watching every single gallon of the
Subscribe to Valhalla Sports Talk. Let's go!
Valhalla Sports Talk. Yeah, we're riding the wall. Berserkers in the front. We're standing tall.
Hit the like on the video or stream. Yeah, hit that like button. Do it now.
From the infield party to the checkered flag. Got the winner circle spirit in the victory bag. Valhalla Sports Talk.
Appreciate it, T-Van.
In the sea of speed, we find our own peace. Got a cold beer dripping in the summer sun. The party's just started and it's never done. Beautiful women waving.
Yeah, so they're going to run these F1 cars.
Homies cheer with the drinks in their hands. Berserkers going wild, yeah, they're bringing the noise. Playing with the fastest of the big track toys. Fried chicken, barbecue, and the smell of the tire. Valhalla's got the channel setting spirits on fire. White flag waving, one lap to go. Heartbeat racing, put on a show. Rubbing is racing, paint on the floor. Push it to the limit, give me some more. Valhalla Sports Talk. Yeah, we're riding the wall. Berserkers in the front, we're standing tall. The homies represent, let the engines roll. We're kicking down the gates and we're breaking the door. From the infield party to the checkered flag. Got the winner circle spirit in the victory. Valhalla Sports Talk. He's diving to the inside, clearing the pack, leaving all the rivals on the back of the track. Across the start finish, hear the crowd go insane. Valhalla's name etched in the hall of the flame. Burnouts in the grass, hey! Smoke filling the air, hey! Another NASCAR win, hey! Nothing else can compare.